I just saw this. And like I said, this is something that I saw right after my show this morning. And I said, damn, I can't believe I missed this. And I can't believe I didn't get a chance to talk about it on the show. But we are going to talk about it today, or right now, because this is absolutely something that I never thought that I would be hearing something like this or talking about this right now. So we're going to talk about this really, really quick. Jimmy Fallon, the Tonight Show host, the man that we all love, that we all know and love, all right, is now under fire. He's being slammed right now for an old SNL skit that he did where he wore blackface. There is a huge campaign on Twitter right now called Jimmy Fallon is Over Party, all over the fact that he was in blackface, imitating Chris Rock. Now, I do have some the footage. And of course, he did later on apologize about this, like just recently. He just recently apologized about this ish. But first, before we go into his apology, because of course I got to find it and all that, I found the footage. It is not great footage. It's very grainy. It's very choppy. It's not great, but you will get the idea. It's him impersonating Chris Rock on SNL in blackface. Here it is, y'all. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Man, oh man, read this book. I've seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and guess what? Not a lot of black folks on the show.
I ain't gonna lie. Watching that kind of is upsetting. I personally cannot look at that and fully function with my own brain because, it's Jimmy Fallon. Household name. Everybody loves his ass. And now he's doing blackface. Okay. All right, y'all. Here we go. There is a lot of comedy that has happened over the past few decades. And I'm not talking about the era of blackface. I'm talking about in the early 90s, early 2000s, there has been a lot of blackface, yellow face, brown face. I mean, there's been a lot when it comes to comedy. There's been a ton. Now, my thing is this. Okay. It is a very slippery slope with the whole thing because it's comedy. First off, it's comedy. Second, it's comedy. But third, I'm not okay with it. For me, I automatically go, okay, that is Jimmy Fallon in blackface. That is Jimmy Fallon imitating a known black comedian. That is Jimmy Fallon. That is a white guy imitating a black man. So for me, I don't automatically go, ha ha, that's really funny. Even if his impersonation isn't half bad, I still am going, that's not funny. That ain't cool. So, but of course you can also throw it on the other side, where you have comedians and comedic duos like Key and Peele that will do whiteface. You'll see Dave Chappelle's old skits in Comedy Show, which was a brilliant show, but he'll be in whiteface. When you start playing the other hand, you start looking at the other side of the fence. Is it okay for other minorities, people of color? Is it okay for people of color to imitate white people? Or is it not? So I leave that question up to you guys, because I'd like to know, what are your thoughts on this? Now, of course, Jimmy Fallon has gone out and apologized and all that. said, of course, I'll look up the apology. But of course, it doesn't really matter. I mean, of course, he'll sit there and go, oh, gosh, what I did was so wrong. And at that time, I wasn't thinking, nah. So hate to be such a cynic, but let's keep it real. If he thought it was wrong, if he thought it was a terrible, off-color thing to do, he shouldn't have done it in the first damn place. That's what I think. Now, here's the other thing, though, too. There's also footage of Jimmy Kimmel in blackface as well. He impersonates Oprah. He impersonates basketball players, the whole nine. And yet, I'm waiting for those things to start surfacing and start getting him some backlash and getting him into some trouble. But it seems like for the black man, if you're a comedian and you're black, you have to wear a dress. But if you're white and you're a comedian, you have to be in some sort of brown face or black face. It's a very interesting world they live in. You know what I'm saying? So, personally, I don't think he should have been doing that, period. There's already been decades of that genre already done. And they should have just brought in a black actor to impersonate Chris Rock. Even if they couldn't find the dude, like if they said, our team, our team of comedians can't do, none of our black actors, none of our black comedians can do an impersonation of Chris Rock. But, Jimmy Fallon actually does a pretty good one. Let's make him do it. Now, if that was the case, go outside, step outside of that building and find somebody who's black that can impersonate Chris Rock, or get Chris Rock and call it a damn day. So that's what I think about that. That one's really sad to me. He shouldn't be doing that in the first place, but Alex says wouldn't be as interesting. That's the whole point. Well, I think it would be interesting because it's Chris Rock. And if it was Chris Rock playing Chris Rock in a skit, everybody and their mama would watch that. He used to be on SNL. So for him to reprise himself back on the show would be amazing. So it makes it interesting because there's shock value in there. But at the same time, I think that there's been decades, hundreds of years of white people in blackface. It's time to put it down. It's time to let it go. I don't care if you've had, I don't care if you do an amazing impersonation of Eddie Murphy and you're white. I don't care. Do it as yourself. Be white on camera impersonating Eddie Murphy. And that's it. Do the voice and be done with it. That's what I think. Keep the comments going down below because I'd like to know what you guys think. It's important to know, where you guys stand. If you guys are not feeling this at all, then I understand that. You know what I mean? You are allowed to. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole point. There's going to be people on one side saying that's so offensive, and there's going to be people on the other side sitting there going, "Man, can you believe that can't be real? That ish can't be real." Or, you know what I'm saying? What I mean is some people are going to sit there and say, I can't believe that just happened. And some people are not going to care. Some people are not going to give a damn, and I'm kind of on the fence. One side of me is like, that's really messed up. And then another side of me is like, well, that was something that he did a long time ago. Why is it being brought up now? Why is it being brought up right now? Those are the questions. You know what I'm saying? Those are the questions that kind of come up in my mind, But at the same time, there's, like I said, all types of things that are going on that actors and comedians and, all types have done that are still under wraps that people don't even know about until they get pulled back up, after 20 some odd years, So that's something that is very interesting and very strange to me. But I think it's very important that we all come to terms with it, talk about it, put it out there. If you are for him, or if you're for him losing his job, or against him losing his job, then, obviously that is up to you. So I leave the question up to you guys. What do you think? Do you think that this is something that should mean that he shouldn't have a career anymore? Or give him a pass, keep him moving so he can keep entertaining people and keeping people happy on The Tonight Show? Definitely comment down below.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.